Welcome back to S.WigginsTV. It's me, your host, Worldwide Wiggins, back with some more dope content for y'all. Today's episode, you know what I'm saying, it's a dime sack, but it's a healthy dime sack, man. We gonna roll it up, we gonna hit it, man. Today we gonna be talking about, it's really gonna be a mixture of hoods you never knew had beef, with a little bit of history in there, kind of how it started. You feel me? For most of it, you don't see what I'm getting at, bro. I mean, we ain't got nothing. I ain't got no time to waste, man. So I mean, let's get down to it. I wasn't finna drop nothing today, so you guys better appreciate this. You know what I'm saying? So let's crack things off, man. Did you know the East Side Mafias went at it with the West Side Mafias? Oh boy, yeah, a lot of muff didn't know about that one. So in present day, the West and the East, or should I say historically, the West and the East Mafia always been allied. The East Side being located at Watts, the West Side being located, near the Westmont area, cross Century. However, a certain incident happened that Hood Day that caused, a friction between the two of them. It got kind of serious, and it was some deep scrimmage, man. It got serious, man. I heard the backstory, the full story, but I'm gonna let Lil Slim from kind of give you a quick breakdown.
How about the status, with y'all in the East Side?
Them homies. We had a little incident with them, you feel me? But, we hashing it back. It's here and there, you feel me? But, them the homies, though, you feel me?
Oh, what was the incident, man? I ain't trying to start beef, but
one of the homies got into it with the East Side 99s on the set day, you feel me? And some shit happened, led to some other shit, led to going to jail and all that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, however, like he said, the good part, is that, they repaired, the damage that was done. So, at this point, they no longer beefing, and it came back together, man. So, it happened at a Hood Day, and, things just kind of got out of control. But these things happen, even with the closest gang. Alrighty, moving along. You got the Marvin Gangsta Crips versus the Mansfield Gangsta Crips. So, the Marvins and the Mansfields are both located in West LA, are known for pushing trays. Now, you would think that they all get along and it's no scrimmage, but that's not always the case. Because if you know your history, the Mansfield and the Playboys been going at it for decades, and they, things simmer down. But the Marvin Gangsta Crips is one of the oldest in West LA, alongside the Playboys. A quick little history on kind of how it started was the Marvins was quote unquote, kind of little boying the Mansfields. You know what I'm saying? They was, according to the shout to homie for Marvin, they was pretty much bullying the other gangs that was kind of forming at the time, man. Or, kind of didn't have the same longevity as them. Because remember, they some of the oldest. So that caused friction. But then there's so many versions, because I done hollered at different people from West LA, and nobody has a concrete answer as to how that beef started. There's another story as it's over abroad, you know what I'm saying, over some ussy, you feel me? Then it's over a fade. It's a lot of different stories, but I thought, I put a bug in y'all ear, to kind of, get the ball rolling, man. See if we get some history. But the good part about it is, regardless, this beef has subsided. And both parties, is on good terms and go to each other Hood Day. So that's what's up. Moving along. This next one is one of the ones I've been meaning to do, but I haven't got around to. PJ Watts versus Rolling Knight. So, bro, PJ Watts, they don't need no introduction. Located on the east side, over there in Imperial Court Projects. You know, one of the oldest gangs out there. You know what I'm saying? One of the most reputable Crips out there. Rolling 90s, need no introduction. On the west side, Jesse Owens Park, Cross Century and Western. But from my understanding, bro, these two been going at it because, and this right here, I'm gonna call it a wobbler, because I've been hearing the same story for a minute, but we gonna get down to it today, bro. Somebody better chime in. Apparently, it was a G from PJ Watts that was living in the 9-0s. And, you know, I'm going to try to put it, delicately, bro. It was an accident. You know, an accident happened with him, with the G from PJ Watts. And, man, it went up after that. So, the PJs wasn't feeling that. And, yeah, they start going at it. As a matter of fact, though, I've been hearing that the PJ Watts kind of had... Don't quote me on this part. Before I say, cause you dudes are stupid. So I know we got the short bus version, man. So this next part, don't quote me, but I think I heard him. You know, PJ Watts had a thing with the Hunters too, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, short bus, moving along, but. Shoot, man, if you listen to the Rolling 90s music, you can still hear him throwing shots at PJs. You do your research. If you know, you know. But, well, not in present day, but, you know, like a few years ago. But, yeah, hopefully this beef dies down, man. You know, both, if it hasn't already, and both parties, you know, put the butt to the side, man. Alrighty. Okay. Let's move on down to Inglewood. You got the Inglewood 13 versus the Inglewood family, Gangsta Bloods. So, I hollered at a reputable from IFG, you know, and he told me, you know what I'm saying, that these two would go at it, it'd be on for like 4 days and then it'll be back cool. So it never, it wasn't really hitting that, longevity that other beats had, but they said, a member from the IFG passed away in 2023, and these two been having bad blood against each other, bro. Sure. And you can see, I know we just see the video where, the dude from Inglewood 13 was like, a reputable jumped out on him, you feel me? A famous blood jumped out on him, you feel me? So, I ain't trying to place nobody at no scene, man, so, you know what's up. If you know, you know. Alright, let's go, let's move along. Alright, let's move on over to Watts again. Kind of Hollywood, but, well, not really, but anyway. In case you missed my episode, let me kind of give you a rundown. You got the Front Street Watts in the Valley versus the Pacoima Paul Rules. Now, if you wasn't hip to the episode, let me give you a quick breakdown. Two reputables from the Front Street Watts moved over into a project in the Pacoima Paul Rules turf. And they went there and they started recruiting members. And it caused hella friction, bro, because they moved into their turf. And then they start really growing in numbers. And to the point, the Pacoimas came on my show. They was like, man, the Front Streets was our worstest beef. And remember, there's established gangs, established Crip gangs in the Valley, in that area. A lot of people don't even know about the history of Front Street over there. So for them to say that, it was pretty wild, dude. All right, let's move on. Let's keep it moving along. Now, this one, I got, I'm gonna just give a little clarity on this one. So, shot the Hoovers, shot the Main Street. You got the Hoovers versus Main Street. Now, the crazy thing about this one is you got people saying it was over the youngin' that passed away. Rest in peace to him. Condolences go out to his family. But there's people that disagree with that. Like, that's not how it started, you know? But I'm shout out to my boy from Trey Hoover, bro, because he told me this. And he wanted me to put it out there like it's on episode. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But, you know what I'm saying? The Hoovers in the main streets in the 90s had a high friction similar, like somebody passed away back in the 90s, but it didn't go up because they had that much love for each other. Did you know that? So that's kind of what got me believing that it might just not be what we hear on the surface. Because a lot of times we hear things and it's like there's always that underlying thing that causes the beef to not go away. Okay, but I hope these two come to a mutual understanding, man, and get this money, man, All that bush is for the nerds, man. And I don't say for the bro, I say for the nerds, The dudes on these keyboards and computers, they ain't never been through nothing. There you go. And last but not least, oh man, what's this I'm hearing, man? Oh boy. What's this I'm hearing, bro? That Shotguns and Mona Parks is going at it. Come on, man. We gotta cut this one out, man. We can't do we can't do this, man. Yeah, bro. Much love to the Monas, man. Much love to the Shotguns, man. But I've been hearing some things, bro. But certain streets so gotta stay in the streets. But I definitely hope that will end, sooner than later, bro. Because it's too all day. You feel me? It's for sure. But much love to Gardena too, bro. You feel me? But I've been hearing things in the music, and even before the music, I was hearing things. You know what I'm saying? I'm really tapped in. But yeah, man. Hopefully everything dies out, man. But make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Yeah, you just roll this dime, say, hit it. Let's keep it moving, man. Till next time, man. It's Worldwide Wiggins. Dope content on the way. Go. I ain't gonna leave without saying it.